Hey guys, Prowl 1701 here, and today we are going to be reviewing Doctor Who, the 13th Doctor, A New Beginning, which is a graphic novel set. It's a collection of Doctor Who comics in one story. This was sent to me in that big box set I got from Steven, which I really appreciate, Steven. Thank you. And I have to say, just looking at it, it continues that trend that I've noticed recently of the 13th Doctor stories in other media besides the TV show being better than most of her stories in the TV show. Part of this, as I mentioned in one of my Patron exclusive videos, is down to part of the problem is honestly Whittaker's acting. She's a great actress in an ensemble cast. I don't think she pulls off the Doctor well. I have a video on my Patreon about it. That a lot of it's down to the writing, but some of it is down to her acting and some of her mannerisms and some of the goofy looks she does with her face. She makes some really goofy faces sometimes. But I think some of the other stuff has better writing. And they, at least the people writing it, seem to get the Doctor better. I noticed that in the brief time she's in Scratchman, some of her dialogue is fine, even though she doesn't need to be in Scratchman. I noticed that in her Tale of Two Doctors story that I read involving the Weeping Angels that I reviewed recently. She's written very well in that. She's actually written very well in this. This seems to take place early on in her run, like during Series 11, which is as much as I dislike Series 11 because it's terrible. Her Doctor is actually more confident than she is in her later series because she seems to lose her self-esteem and her confidence at the end of Spyfall when she finds Gallifrey destroyed. Before that, she seems fairly confident about what she's doing. She actually seems very confident in this novel. Over the whole course of the story, she never seems behind, or if she's not sure of something, she's working to figure it out. She does feel like the Doctor here is someone who's you can see the gears turning in her head as she's sorting through things, and she never really seems far behind, and at points she even seems ahead of the game. She's coming up with a plan. She knows what to do. And I like that about her here. I like that she's written better here, and she actually feels like the Doctor here. There is one time that she actually uses the Sonic to call the TARDIS, which I do think actually did happen in the show once, maybe with Tennant. And I never liked that because you're not supposed to control the TARDIS with a remote, but at least it acknowledges that in the story with Yas saying, why don't you just do that more often, actually? And she's like, the TARDIS doesn't like it. She's a little prickly about it. And nobody likes a prickly TARDIS. So I like the fact, while it does use it as a get-out-of-jail-free card once, it doesn't use it when they get in trouble later in the story, and it does actually give a reason to explain why. Which is a lot more than the current era does on the TV show. So I like that. The story itself is fine. I enjoy it. I like the two characters that are trying to learn time travel with the suits. They seem fine. Especially the male one seems a little more fleshed out, but we see him more in the story, so that makes sense. The creature that is using them to collect the stolen goods in it has this very otherworldly, outer dimensional character to him that I like. Kind of like the Eternals or the Celestial Toy Maker or something from like the Mind Robber, without being that godlike. I mean, he's obviously not on their level, but he kind of has this, feels like from another universe like they do, the way he can pluck people out of time and how he uses them to collect stuff. He has a really cool design, too. I like his design. He's not as on the level as the others, because the Doctor does actually manage to outwit him pretty easily, with some help from the male time traveler guy. I don't remember characters' names well. And the way the villain of the story gets his comeuppance is I can't talk. It's really late. His comeuppance is really well done. I like that. I like what happens to him. It's a pretty fitting punishment. I enjoy that. Yaz, Ryan, and Graham are just kind of there, I'll be honest. I don't remember much remarkable to really say about them. It is very much the two side characters, the villain and the Doctor. But the Doctor being done so well in this, I actually really enjoy. She feels like the Doctor. So I enjoyed the story. I thought it was pretty well written. I like the art style a lot. I really enjoy the art in it. That's a pretty cool shot right there. It's actually got some really nice Yeah, I really like the artist that worked on it. And I like that, true to the TV show, I'll get to that in a minute. Actually, I'll show you all a little more art. It has a really good use of colors at times too, which I really enjoy. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Look at that. That's awesome. But true to the TV show, it actually draws Whitaker with some goofy looks on her faces sometimes. See if I can find some of them, because in the show she does get some truly goofy looks on her faces. I was trying to find some like look at that. Look at that picture right there. I mean, you could pretty much paint Joker makeup on her and she would look like the Joker. You want to know how I got these scars? Oh man, yeah, there's a few of them. And it happens several times to where you almost wonder if it's being done on purpose. Like right there, it's kind of a goofy look. Just trying to find another one. There was one in particular that really jumped out at me, but I can't remember where it is. I should have made a note of that. That one. You want to know how I got these scars? Yeah. Which, I mean, she gets those faces on the show sometimes, where it's just... So, don't get me wrong, I probably do that too. There's another one. I like that use of purple right there on that. That's a really good use of purple. I really like the color in it. And then some of the little bonus stuff in it. There's some art by Alice, actually, which I really like. I like these, at the end, some of these little covers that they put in the back, because some of those covers look really, really good. There's some talented artists working on this. I really enjoyed this one a lot. So yeah, it continues to be a trend that my favorite stories of the 13th Doctor tend to be stories outside of the show. I enjoyed this one. It was a nice read. I also enjoyed the one with her and Tennant working together that I reviewed recently. And of course, I love Terror of the Umpty-Ums, my favorite 13th Doctor story. So it beats out a lot of the show, although I still enjoy most of Series 12. So, have you read any of these comics about the 13th Doctor? What do you think of them? Do you think they're better than the show? Have you read Terror of the Umpty-Ums? Do you think Stephen Moffat writes the 13th Doctor better than Chris Chibnall? I'm curious to know what you guys think, as I always am. So comment down below and let me know. Other things to do while I have you here. I would appreciate if you click that like button and the subscribe button and the bell for notifications so you never miss out on another video. I also have a Patreon if you like what I do and would like to support what I do. There is a link to that down in the description below. I do an exclusive video for usually at my $10 tier and higher every week. I also have a P.O. box if there's anything you would like to send me. Again, this was actually sent to me by one of my subscribers, Thomas, which I really appreciate. I'm not actually sure who he is in the comments because I don't know what name he goes under. I don't think he's ever identified himself. But I very much appreciate him sending it, and I'm very glad he enjoys the content. I also have a link to my Amazon wish list as well, and a link to my Amazon UK wish list. My regular Amazon wish list I update pretty regularly. Most importantly, though, thank you for watching.